guys, welcome back to Little Piece of Heaven Farm. Today we're going to make a salsa, and it's a combination of different sauces that I did some research on. This one's going to be a no-cook salsa, and we're going to use our pressure canner today, so it's going to cook in the jar. You don't have to pre-cook it. You don't have to get the skins off unless you want to. You can go through that process. For me, I'm not going to do it because I have a lot going on today. And this is a 4-cup recipe. So I have a bunch of vegetables I went out and picked and got today out of the garden. So right now I'm chopping up 4 cups of tomatoes. You're going to need jalapenos. You're going to need onion. You're going to need green pepper or red pepper, yellow pepper, any bell pepper. You're going to need garlic. You're going to need some salt, parsley, dry parsley or fresh parsley, whatever you want to use. And you're going to need 1 little can of sauce. I have these sauces in my pantry for emergencies, but they're about to die, so I want to use them. Anyway, I'll bring you back when I have those chopped up. Okay, we're in the process of cutting up these jalapenos and the green peppers. So you want to dig out the seeds, and if you're using the real jalapenos that are hot and spicy, I would use gloves. These aren't. These are the not jalapenos. So they have the flavor, but they're not hot. So that's why I'm not using any gloves. I'm getting the seeds out. I use a spoon, it gets it out really good. And we're just going to chop these up. And you just put them in our pot. And I just wanted to have a different way to do salsa. We use it, a lot of times we use Mrs. Wage's salsa mix, which are pretty good a lot of times. But I just wanted to come up with something different, maybe something quicker, because I practically live in the kitchen all summer long, just like the rest of you, you know, and I mean, we do have our favorite ones that we do all the time, and it's nice to add something different in the pantry. So this is what I'm doing. I'm going to get all the peppers cut up, even the green peppers, and put them in the pot, and then I'll start working on the onions, and I'll bring you back. Okay, we're chopping up the onions now and putting them in. And what I need to say, that I put in my little disclaimer, this recipe is not USDA certified. It has never been tested. So if you go to make it, some of you new canners out there, if you go to make this recipe, use your own judgment. I would prefer if you guys would use a tested recipe to make your salsa from scratch. But if there's a rebel in you, and which is fine, but be forewarned, this is pressure can. It's not water bath. You cannot water bath this. Okay. It's pressure can. You could probably water bath it, but you have to cook everything and make sure there's enough vinegar and stuff. But if you follow along, it's fine. You have a pressure canner. But like I said, I gotta put the disclaimer out there. This is not a tested recipe. This is a couple recipes put together, and it's something different I want in my pantry. You know, I've been canning for over 20 years, probably close to 30, and there is science involved when you're canning. So just air of caution, okay? I don't want anybody to get sick and hurt out there. So anyway, I'm going to be cutting up some more onions, and I'll bring you back when we have those completed. Okay guys, welcome back. I decided to make this a double batch. So I'll make sure that the recipe is in the description so you have it. It's going to be 8 cups of tomatoes, your 5 jalapenos, 2 green peppers or any type of bell pepper that you want, whatever color. You're going to have to have 2 little cans of tomato sauce, a teaspoon of salt, and I normally don't use salt, but I'll put a teaspoon in this time. Farrah and I try to watch our salt intake. Garlic. We're going to have parsley and red wine vinegar. Or if you don't have red wine vinegar, you can use white vinegar or apple cider vinegar. Any vinegar you choose. Make it yours. But I'll have this in the description. So let me put it in all of our tomatoes. I already had 2 cups in here. Give it a big stir. It's already looking pretty good. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Okay guys, we're going to put in our 2 cans of sauce. And this is going to be for another project. And the cans were like 8 ounces. I'm going to stir this in. Okay, we're going to put in a teaspoon of salt. Two tablespoons of parsley. And I'm using dry because I don't have fresh. And I'm using a big helping teaspoon and a little bit of garlic. garlic. Gotta try to finish up using up this jar. Stir this all together. And this is red wine vinegar. I'm going to put 3 tablespoons in it, and then I'm going to give it a little bit of a taste. It should be plenty. Just love the smell of red wine vinegar. That's perfect. Yeah, 3 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. Or you can use white wine vinegar. They make that too. But any vinegar you prefer. And let me clean up a little bit, and I'll come back. And we're going to put everything in cold jars because this is cold, and our water bath canner is going to be cold. Okay, our jars are cold, like I said, and the contents is cold, and our pressure canner is going to be cold. And I'm using generic jars. These are canning jars, but they're generic. I didn't have pints, so this is all what I could find. I ran out of all my pints. I normally use wide mouth, but this is all I could find in Oregon, where I live. So it was this company that was at one of the stores. That's Kitchen Classic, and it's what the store could get in. And I went to their website to see if you could buy from them, and you can't. They just ship them to the stores. The stores are able to order them. So this is the first time I'm going to use them. So they're generic, and they come with generic lids. So cross your fingers. Right? So let's get this guy going. We're going to do an inch headspace. And, you know, and we'll adjust our headspace. But this does smell amazing. Yes, we do have the lid heating up on the stove. I'm just heating them up. I'm not boiling them. They're just sitting in some hot water. And, you know, we just keep filling them up. I didn't know how much this is going to make. So I washed a case of jars because I probably end up using some of these pints for in some of my marinara. So I like making little pint jars for pizza sauce. And I just don't make like a pizza sauce. I just do the marinara, and that's also my spaghetti sauce. Any type of sauce I want to use it for. I just make one kind. I used to go and make spaghetti sauce and pizza sauce, and it's like I don't have time for that. So looks like we might be getting like 7 jars out of this. That's not bad. I think I have salsa from last year left up in the pantry. Yep, $7. So I'm going to take these over to the stove, and we're going to clean the rims and get the lids on and get them in the canner. Okay, I'm going to start debubbling these jars. And wipe the rims. I'm using vinegar. And there you go. First little jar. So it probably will take a little while. This one's a little low, but it's okay. Always finger tight, guys. Smell so good. Wipe your rims. Get a lid. It's like with these new lids nowadays, you don't have to heat them up. But I have been all season. I haven't had any problems with them popping off or anything like some people have, or not sealing all together. Just heat them up, guys. It doesn't need to be in boiling water, because look, it's just hot water. You see that? It's not even boiling. It's just hot. That way the little rubber stuff is soft and adhere to your jar when it gets ready to seal. And I just hope these little jars work, because this is all I could find, so I'm using them. And then maybe next spring or summer, I can get some other jars, maybe at yard sales or something like that. Because I need pints. Okay, guys, and like I said before, this is not a tested recipe, so use your own judgment. You know, for you new guys that are canning, I would suggest use a tested recipe, or the Mrs. Wages salsa kits. It's a little bag that you can buy, and it's pretty good stuff. We normally use it, but this year for some reason we just didn't buy any. So yeah, and then add your vinegar to your pot. Alright, let me get the lid and we'll get this puppy on the road. We're going to let this steam for 10 minutes, and then we're going to process it for, I think it's 20-25 minutes. Let me double check. For 20 minutes, dears. 20 minutes. So once it gets up to steaming for 10 minutes, we'll put the weight on, time it for 20 minutes, and it'll be good to go. And we'll let it go down, depressurize on its own, and there you have it. So this is a no-cook salsa that you don't cook first. You just mix it all together, put it in your jars cold, canner cold, and then bring it up. Alright, I'll bring you back when they're coming out of the canner. Okay guys, welcome back. Everything's done, finished processing. They look pretty good. A little floating, but that's okay, they'll settle. And these don't have like the dennet, like the little pop top, like your ball jars or ball lids. So. Okay guys, well, I appreciate you coming back and hanging out with me today. And we'll definitely catch you on the next one. And you have a great one. And we'll talk to you later. You have a great